Rumors are that allegedly Porsha Returning is extremely upset over this new Real Housewives of Atlanta development. What happened? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified, so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly Porsha Returning is extremely upset over this new Real Housewives of Atlanta development. What is it? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more, and here it goes. Rumors are that allegedly a new Real Housewives of Atlanta development has angered a lot of fans and cast members. However, this rumor has angered one person more than fans and housewives combined, and it's Porsha Returning. The source explained, allegedly, Porsha was all but guaranteed a spot next season on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Andy himself even said the door will always be open for Porsha to return whenever she was ready. So Porsha, said the source, quite honestly felt that she could take her time, bond with her new family, work on her brand, and come back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta refreshed and ready to work. Unfortunately, that no longer seems like the case. In hindsight, it looks like she was tricked, bamboozled, and downright lied to, ended the source. She must be beyond upset. Everyone, including the current cast of ladies of Real Housewives of Atlanta, knew and understood allegedly that Porsha will be returning next season and were already making rooms in the budget for her return. So the question is, why was Porsha tricked? Well, industry insiders say, with Kim Zolciak allegedly returning next season as an official Real Housewives of Atlanta peach holder, it leaves no room on the cast or in the budget to bring Porsha back. So she's out. The insider continues, Porsha was allegedly all set to return until news broke of Kim and Kroy's messy divorce and Kim begging for her old Real Housewives of Atlanta peach back. Porsha's camp may have been assured that Kim's return wouldn't affect her deal. However, that doesn't seem like the case, ended the insider. Porsha has finally done all the correct work to rebrand herself and to bring her public image back to a respectable place. So, to stop her Bravo bag now is a complete slap in the face. She did everything they needed her to do before returning. She was a guaranteed shoe-in, and now Kim has blown her plans completely out of the water, said the source. However, all sources agree there is still some hope for Porsha returning. Although small, she still has a shot. The current cast of ladies' alleged plan to stop Kim from returning may work. It's still early, but it could actually happen. Porsha has the chops to work her case. She's still a fan favorite. She has a new, more organic storyline. And if the current cast had to choose between Kim and Porsha, then they are definitely choosing Porsha over Kim, ended the source. Fighting for your position with Kim is a very tricky situation. Everyone knows that Kim is too lazy to properly campaign for herself to return to the show, said the source, and probably will use her privilege to make it happen. So, Porsha has to be careful not to reveal her entire plan and playbook, because at the end of the day, it may not be worth it. Now, kinfolk, I got this rumor over the weekend when news broke that Kim is all but, at this point, allegedly guaranteed a spot next season on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, let's hop right into this rumor. It's one part of this rumor that I do find particularly frustrating for Porsha, and it's this. I think it's not fair not to give Porsha a fair shot at returning next season to regain her peach on Real Housewives of Atlanta, simply because she has done all the work. Now, a lot of people are not big fans of Porsha because of the way she handled her situation with Fallon and Simon. But if you look at where she has been over these past 2 years since she's gotten with Simon publicly, she really has done the work to restore herself back into the good graces of fans. Even these last couple of months, we've seen her do several interviews where she is singing the ladies' praises, even singing the praises of Kenya, which shows that she is ready to come back and get back in the mix and want to smooth things over with the ladies, so when she comes back, it can feel organic and it can feel new and refreshed. So, with that being said, if you are to believe this rumor, because right now it's all speculation and alleged information, choosing Kim, or the production allegedly choosing Kim over Porsha, just doesn't seem like the right move. And it really does seem like it is not entirely fair to Porsha, especially when we've heard Andy on several occasions say that the door is going to always remain open for her to return. Now, Kimfolk, the next part of this rumor that I also find very frustrating, and I think a lot of you will find it frustrating as well, is this. It's no secret that Kim has a lot of privilege over at Bravo. Some people call it a lot of pull. I call it a lot of privilege. And it's also very frustrating knowing that Porsha has a big hill to climb over Kim's privilege if she wants to return back to the network. And when I talk about the privilege, let's just look at how lackluster Kim was on her own spinoff show. Now, as I said before, there probably was a network or an audience to see, a middle-aged white woman and her family exists in a lap of luxury. Fine, I give you all that and more. But if you look at the content in which she was producing with her family, it just was so lackluster. Nothing about it screamed star power. It was very starless. And so with that being said, it seems as if production and Bravo is willing to give Kim her own spinoff show for as long as they did, and knowing that the content really wasn't there, then I really do see and feel like they are going to want to bring Kim back and may ultimately choose Porsha over Kim, considering how bad Porsha's own spinoff went when she was given the opportunity to headline it. So now production may look at it as if Kim is probably the safer and better investment and bringing her back to the franchise, because if you had to look at Porsha's spinoff, then it was kind of a loose cannon and they're not really sure how it may go, which is frustrating again because Porsha has been doing all the work to rebrand herself and get her image back to where it needs to be in order for the Bravo fans and the Bravo family to really welcome her back with open arms. Now, Kinfolk, the next part of this rumor that I do kind of call into question a little bit is this. I really do wonder if the ladies would actually choose Porsha over Kim. Now, my sources are saying that behind the scenes, these talks are definitely happening. The ladies are done filming. Right now, they're just watching the season unfold. And, a lot of talk has been happening behind the scenes, allegedly, that they may have to pull together in order to make sure that Kim doesn't come into the fold and ruin everything that they have worked so hard for. So with that being said, my sources are saying that allegedly that plan is still somewhat in just the talking stages and nothing has been put into effect yet. But the reason why I do wonder about whether the ladies would actually choose Porsha over Kim is simply because Porsha does have somewhat of a threat towards the other ladies outside of Kim. You have Marlo, who when we last saw her on the screen with Porsha was not really in a good place. Two, you have newbies in Sanya and Drew, and Porsha kind of are good in good terms that we know of, and so they kind of leave Sanya, the odd person, out. So with that being said, you do have two ladies who are not so much fans of Porsha, and also you have also you have Sheree, who has this very frenemy type relationship with Porsha. So you have two ladies who are not on best terms with Porsha, and one lady who's kind of a weaker link against Porsha. And so it's kind of if she comes in, she really does threaten a lot of ladies' jobs, unlike Kim. So I am still seeing if all the ladies, majority of all the ladies, would actually pull Porsha or pull for Porsha over Kim. I guess that's something we would have to see and wait. But right now, I feel like it's a split, an even split, 3 for Porsha and 3 for Kim. Now, with that being said, on the last part of this rumor, Kim folk, that I do find also just very unfair in all of this drama is this. You know, it is just very disappointing seeing Andy just be so buddy-buddy with Kim and allegedly promising Kim all of these wonderful opportunities and bending over backwards to make sure Kim is accommodated and pretty much preparing the way for Kim to get everything that she wants. And I think it's very unfair to see Andy go back on that promise, because at the end of the day now, let's be honest with you, if they have to pick between Kim and Porsha, it's going to be Kim. And I just think it's unfair for them to go against that promise they made to Porsha, seeing how between the two, Porsha is a more organic fit and better for the franchise. You know, everyone looks at a lot of the newbies and saying a lot of the newbies could, you know, be X and to make room for Porsha. Not necessarily when Porsha is going to come in pretty much demanding a high salary. And so if you did get rid of one of the newbies, their salary may only be half of what Porsha is asking for. So you probably theoretically would have to get rid of 2 newbies or get rid of a newbie and all the friends of the show in order to make Porsha's budget work. And it's only fair because Porsha has put in the work to also help when she was there keep the brand afloat. Unlike Kim, who just ran for the hills and left the franchise alone, and the other ladies had to carry her weight for at least 2 seasons after she abruptly left. So with that being said, I do think it's unfair, especially since seeing how both of the ladies, if you want to believe past rumors, left the show. You know, Porsha allegedly not really promoting her spinoff and not really having the best or kindness or the best things to say about her own spinoff. That really kind of hurt, not necessarily ratings, but probably hurt producers' feelings. And you have Kim, who just really left the show high and dry and left producers high and dry, scrambling, trying to figure out how they're going to replace her and how they're going to plug the holes in her storyline. So with that being said, both of the ladies theoretically didn't leave the franchise on the best of terms. However, when you look at the ladies, when you look at the person who is better, who's a better fit and brings more to the table, then it's definitely Porsha. But Kim folk, I want to know what you guys think. If you are to believe this rumor, because right now, of course, as always, it's alleged information and speculation. But do you think that Porsha may be officially out and returning next season? You know, she hinted at it a lot these past couple of months in interviews that she was ready to come back. But do you think Bravo is going to push her aside in favor of Kim? Or do you think they might push Kim to the side in favor of Porsha? Or ultimately, do you think they might try to bring both Kim and Porsha back and make the budget work some way or another? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, Kim folk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.